Namaste. So today's topic is mastering SEO. So before we go any further, let's first of all understand what SEO is all about. What is the definition of SEO? So SEO is search engine optimization, which means that you are actually going to optimize your web presence wherever searches are happening. Primarily, whenever we talk about SEO, we talk about Google, but that's not the case, and I'll explain you further in this video. So SEO is search engine optimization, and it is needed because we humans have tendency to ask questions. In general, we ask questions in our community, in our family, but now with internet, we ask questions on different ecosystems, like for example, Google, Quora, Reddit, etc. And we seek honest and helpful answers. So this is the need of SEO, that any business which actually wants to have those customers who are actually searching for a product or a service or a solution have to be visibly present on those search engines, and has to be seen as the contributors. So let's now go further and talk about the key components of SEO. And before we do that, let's understand the rider. The biggest thing, the most common thing that you are going to hear in any SEO is the keywords. People call them keywords, key phrases, search queries, etc. But all of them mean same. What are the things that people are actually typing or saying when they are actually looking for anything related to your business? Okay. So ideally there are, if I talk about keywords, and let's talk about it because that's the base and backbone of any SEO assignment. Keywords can be typically categorized into three pillars. One is your brand terms, which also includes your reviews, etc. Second is the industry keywords, which are typically your product or service specific area. Then comes the search queries, because almost in every business there are queries that people ask or seek before even get into a conversion mode. So these are three pillars, and typically what SEO is seen is the mid pillar, which is the industry related keywords. Let's deep dive into this. So let's pick pillar one, which is brand. Typically, all the brands across universe fail to understand one simple thing, that the name of your organization, the main keyword, the brand keyword, should be so orchestrated well on any search ecosystem, say for example Google, that it creates a trust. It creates that right frequency, right vibe when a person is actually searching for that brand or the reviews of it. And it should not look like fabricated. For example, there are several companies around world which get lot of reviews, Google local listing reviews on their local listings, which doesn't even make sense. And when you read those reviews, you know that this has been artificially done. So in SEO, please try to avoid one thing, that you should not be seen as obvious or artificial. It has to be organic. That's the key thing that you should always keep in your mind when you are working on any SEO assignment, whether you are giving it out to an agency or you are actually doing it yourself. Organic is the key. Okay, keep that in mind. Now, when somebody is searching the brand, they should actually see the entire page as the trust certificate. Okay. Now, when it comes to industry or category related keywords, which are your product, service, etc., relation, your goal is not to rank once, but your goal is to rank multiple times. And I'll explain you this. So one is your URL that is coming there. It will be great if two URLs from your ecosystem can come up, but one is good. But then whenever you do any kind of search, you will find a lot of forums and communities ranking on those product and service related keywords. Try to be there as an contributor. So say for example, I'm searching for LED TV. So a company who is selling LED TV, their job is to rank One, on the LED TV. Second, when you see different marketplaces or you see different comparison or forum sites, the brand should be clearly visible as one of the most prominent one. So this again gives me trust. This again gives you as a brand a good conversion rate and good click-through rate. Now comes the search query parts. This is the most ignored section of SEO in any SEO assignment, and typically it is ignored because it takes a lot of content and a lot of touch points to first identify those touch points where people are actually searching for these queries, and then create content. And this content cannot only be marketing your brand or your product or service, it has to contribute to the query. So for example, I'm looking for which is the best stabilizer for my LED TV. Now your job is not to say that if this is the query, just write about my brand and the product and features. Your responsibility is to help me understand what I'm searching for, help me bifurcate that search, and understand the entire mechanism of it. Again, these three pillars are going to help each other over a period of time, because these are going to have different kind of 1, 2, 3, 4 phrases in each targeted term, and these are actually going to help the SEO assignment in a grammatical structure. So don't lose focus on this. Now, when we have covered SEO and by definition, and we have covered what keywords are all about, let's talk about the components of SEO. Simply, the components are on page, off page, and technology. Let me explain you this. By on page, I mean that if I'm coming on your ecosystem, I'm actually getting right kind of content, relevant content. Okay, you are not making fool of me by ranking a URL which is not specific for me. Example here, if I'm looking for specific sunscreen, give me a specific sunscreen page and not the page where your 10 other products are listed. Okay, that's one. Second thing is, make that on page content in a way that if I have a query, I'm not going back on search engine again. I'm actually getting that information. Typically what brands do is FAQs, etc., but make sure that it is relevant to the trends and it is relevant to the numbers. Numbers, I mean the number of query times these kind of queries have been searched on internet. There are n number of tools to figure out, say for example SEMrush, etc., which can actually tell you what are the kind of queries people search for when they are searching for the specific product. Okay, do that justice, and of course it is going to get you internal backlinkings, etc. Second component in SEO is off page. By off page, I mean once you have a product listed on your website and the page is beautiful, now you need to tell the universe that it is relevant. What you are going to do is contribute as content, go and get some good backlinks. Don't fall for it. Backlinks were relevant 15 years back, they are relevant today, and they'll remain relevant forever. The idea is to understand what backlink is. So it's not about giving out money to get your backlinks, but you need to first understand what is the content contribution you're doing on different ecosystems from where your backlink is coming. So be very organic on that part. Then comes the technology. Technology plays very important role in SEO because that's a make or break when a person has landed on the website, whether to be there or not. Okay, I should not say this because now it's almost a decade you have been hearing this, that it should be mobile friendly, etc. It should be mobile first. Okay, because even mobile first is outdated now. So you cannot go wrong on serving the content the way it is getting served. You're not giving them a lot of pop-ups, which generally brands do. They want to give you notification. Why? What an user is going to get out of these notifications? Why can't you simply stay relevant and give them information for which you are asking them a permission to notify them? Okay, do these small homeworks and just not copy paste all the pop-ups and plugins that anybody is using. It might be working for them because they are actually coming from the content and contribution angle. But simple copy paste doesn't work in SEO. So now you have understood what is SEO by definition, what are the keywords, what are the key components. Okay, now let's talk about some myths and mistakes in SEO. Most favorite myth is that either it's a one-time activity, or you doesn't know about when it's actually going to give you results. That's not the case in today's time. In today's time, if you're actually doing SEO right, first there are multiple elements of SEO. Okay, the ranking on brand, ranking on office address, ranking on Glassdoor reviews, ranking on different marketplaces if you are a product company. So SEO is holistic. It is actually defining your presence on internet. So neither it is one time activity, nor it's going to take n number of months to actually show you some results. A right team or a right agency is actually going to tell you that this is the roadmap, how we are going to go about it. Yes, it is little time consuming if you compare it with paid media, but the return on the investment done on SEO is long lasting, is damn fruitful, and it's tasty. Okay. Second myth is, simply not understanding what algorithms are talking to you, what they are trying to convey. If you follow, so the biggest search engine is Google, and its biggest, subproduct is YouTube. If we will just talk about these two, Reddit, Quora, we can always talk about them as case specific channels. But they definitely come and tell you that these are the things that we want you to take care, these are the things that we want you not to do. Just follow them. It's simple. Don't go anywhere else. Just follow their basic guidelines and you will understand that it's not that hard to rank on a specific keyword where you actually want to rank. Next is assuming that the spinning of the content or the poor quality of the content that you are doing, nobody will figure it out. Algorithms do that first, and users can sense it even before algorithms. So be honest on those parts. Okay, here at this point of time on this video, and before we go there on the important side of SEO, let's talk about let me just walk you back and tell you how search works. So typically, if you are going on any search engine, say for example Google, and you are typing sunscreen, SP, a number, what this algorithm is going to do is bases the indexing that it has done. So it's not the real time, it's the indexing that it has done, and getting the pages indexed well is the responsibility of SEO team, and Google has given us phenomenal tools to ease this. Okay, just take those helps. So from this indexing that these algorithms has done on a certain keyword and the permutation and combination of it, plus how the users have behaved on them, they are going to rank them 1 2 3 4 and basis how users keep on interacting with these pages, the ranks will go up and down. Also, what are the kind of office submissions you have been doing, the content contribution you have been doing plays an important role. Now let's talk about the most important part, why SEO is important. Because this is your presence, this is defining and optimizing your brand presence when you're not there to speak about it. So it cannot go wrong. It cannot have a B priority. It is continuously evolving, and in order to stay relevant to your customers, you have to continuously invest your time and money into it. That's the importance. Okay, now let's talk about some examples. So I'll walk you through 3 examples. First is e-commerce. So let's talk about a company who is into FMCG, selling hundreds of different products. Their responsibility in SEO is 1, orchestrate the brand page. Second, make sure that you are presenting different kind of content. So by content, I mean text, video, images, a PDF, etc., etc., etc. Basis the industry that you are in, and those contents have been optimized well, because there is a reason why your Google bar have different tabs under the bar search bar section, which is all news, videos, etc., etc. And depending upon which industry you are in, and in this case it's in e-commerce, it is very important that you have right kind of videos about do it yourself kind of stuff, or relevant search relevant content optimized well on YouTube. Okay, you need to address the forums and communities in e-commerce, and the moment you are landing on a landing page, so the easiest way of analyzing what kind of content and internal backlinks and uh, technology product specific page should have, just go on Amazon and see the most top ranking pages on Amazon, and you will see the kind of images, the kind of information, the kind of call to action that they have given is actually a benchmark in the e-commerce industry. While creating that visuals like photos and giving them some gamification, make sure that your user, the customer who is actually going to use them and give you their money, have that kind of internet bandwidth, that kind of patience to wait for that image or video to load, and optimize them accordingly. And in e-commerce SEO, you should also talk about focus about FAQs, related products, written policies and reviews, etc., to ensure that you are actually covering the entire consumer journey of that product on that page. Now let's talk about local SEO. So local SEO example is a jewelry store or a bakery store in a particular city, and they don't care about ranking on the entire country, vertical. So their responsibility is optimize local listing, not just by putting up your address and something, but giving out all the relevant information at what time you opens up. What are the videos, photos, customer reviews? Be honest about them. Okay, ask your customers to put those reviews. Algorithms and users both understand this very well. You can't fake it. Okay, so that's one. Second, if in your geography, in your category, there are some forums or communities like marketplaces where you can also you are also getting orders directly or indirectly, make sure that your position there is optimized properly. So that's then. If I talk about B2B, B2B SEO, so in B2B SEO, you have to be very specific in terms of the user journey, because in B2B, there is a person who is going to do a search, then there is a person who is going to take a decision, and there are people who are going to give you money. You need to create content and optimize and rank it well to make sure that all those touch points of people are actually getting addressed. And just think about it, whether it's B2B, e-commerce, local business, or B2B businesses. It's purely about human to human. Understand what your audience is coming from, what are their touch points, and make sure that you have optimized your content on those channels, those touch points, and you're actually having a credible value. This is going to take time, right? So do that. Now let's talk about, now you know what is SEO and you are actually doing it, but how to be on the top of it. So first thing is, keep a tab on the trends. When I say trends, I mean what Google is doing, what Amazon is doing, etc., but I also mean what your users are doing. Are there any seasonal changes? Okay, don't focus on seasons when they are there on the door, but focus on those seasons when they are 2 3 4 months away. Start creating those kind of content, start contributing on different forums and communities, and you will see the magic the moment that season comes up. Then focus on your competition, keep a tab on what they are doing. There are n number of tools and plugins of on browsers, which can actually tell you what are the kind of changes that had happened on any competition website. Focus on that. Now let's talk about advanced SEO. So till this point in this video, there is nothing that I have talked about as newness, which was not there a couple of years back. In advanced SEO, you when you have sorted this level of SEO, the advanced level of SEO is you need to prepare your brand for AI. You need to prepare your brand for voice. You need to prepare your brand for different kind of languages, depending upon whether your consumers are actually using it. You need to do this today to make sure that by the time the tide is high, you are actually on the top of it, because somebody is going to definitely do it. Now comes is SEO is all about keywords. So in Prime, what agencies and brand do is they keep on measuring their ranks on search engine. But if the keyword is relevant, what that is going to give you as a brand, it is going to give you traffic, right? And if the traffic is right, it is going to give you conversions. So I'll recommend that you measure all these KPIs in comparison to paid media, in comparison to affiliates, in comparison to social media, so that you understand what is the kind of value SEO is bringing on the table. Because I have seen hundreds of time when people fail to demonstrate the value SEO is bringing to a business. But if you start measuring these touch points, automatically in any meeting, in any conversation, you can easily say that this is the value that this activity has brought on the table. Now let's talk about challenges and the solutions. The first challenge in any SEO assignment you are going to face is the skills. Rare. Okay. In SEO, typically like technology, people just don't tend to update their skills quickly. So you have to push them hard, make them understand what AI is doing, make them understand the difference between the content done by a normal content writer and an AI. What are the pros and cons? You need to push them out. You need to make them understand that backlinks can be earned by contribution, and it's always two ways. Second is you have to keep on working on different forms of content. It's not just a text form, it is video, it is images, it is basis your industry. Even a white paper, if you are a B2B industry, that needs to be taken care of. You cannot simply say that just 20 keywords or 50 keywords or 100 keywords will work. You need to understand your industry, you need to understand your competition, your audience, and therefore articulate the number of keywords and the content that is going to be churned, and how it is going to be syndicated across. Then comes keep a good analytical person who understand analytics always around when you are doing an SEO assignment, because if you are doing so, you can at any point of time actually tell the team and the brand or agency that this is the deviation that is happening either on the brand or in the industry, and you can always prepare for it. Thank you for being with me. I'm hoping that you will have a good SEO journey. And if there is any queries, you can always comment and I'll get back to you. Bye-bye.